Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name's James and today we're doing another monthly product showcase video. This time we've got a all-electric episode, so we've got 3 multiple units to show off and yeah, let's go through them one by one. So we'll start with this one over here, which is the British Railways 4 Rep, which is the class 432. I nearly got that wrong. So yeah, we've got that over here. We've got the Southern Railway 4 LAV, which doesn't have a class number because it was withdrawn before then. But yeah, we've got 4 LAV, which I quite like how the the roof detail came out. I'm quite impressed with that. And lastly, to go with the 4 Rep, I've got the British Railways 4 TC, which is class 438, if I remember correctly, and also all their underframe details as well. So yeah, very nice how they turned out. So let us get them all onto my onto my desk, and I can tell you a bit more about them. But yeah, today all electric. So yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Right, here we are with all 3 units now on my table, so I can tell you a bit more about how to put them together. And since they are all pretty much built the same way and you'll be assembling them the same way, I'll just go into a bit more depth of how to put them together. So yeah, so first of all, do the simple thing of you give it a undercoat, you paint them, you add all your details and do all your usual stuff like that, and then you stick all the underframes on. So quickly I'll go through the 4 TC. This one's the easiest one to do. You just need to basically put some wheels on. Hopefully, there we go. That one's a bit of a tight fit for that one. And there we go. So yep, that all fits on. You put the correct underframe on, which it wasn't that one. Now looks like the right one. Right, so imagine this all painted, all that nicely. And to fix the bogies on, what I tend to do is get a little bit of plasticard. Some scissors tend to help. And also a dab of glue. Just get something so I can put the glue on. That'll have to do. So a dab of glue here. Get something to spread the glue with. So I'm going to be using a pointing stick. And just basically make some retaining, well, I don't know if they'll be referred to as retaining clips, but I'll just basically make 2 little things like that. I get some tweezers because it's going to be a bit iffy. So where did I put the glue? There we go. So a bit of glue like that. A little bit on the pivot. And take this and just carefully put it on like that. Make sure it stays on carefully and also centered. I still need to put some glue on there, so a bit of glue on there. These can come off quite easily, so if you need to do any changes to them, you can just carefully pop them back off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you fit the bogies to my bogie pivots, and so they don't fall off. So it's a very crude, but it's an effective method from what I've found, and all my coaches are held on like that, apart from some of the early ones. So just let that set to dry for now, but because people have suggested to use some self-tapping screws and that lot, and I may switch to using them in the future. However, this doesn't do any damage to the plastic, and to me that's a good sign, really. And yeah, as you can see, these are quite free. Though getting stuck there. So I may trim down some of these ends for these particular bogies. But yeah, they're pretty much stuck on there now, apart from the bottom. So yeah, I can say I may have to switch them around later, but yeah, I'll pop you back on there for now. And yeah, that's how you fit the bogies. So it's a crude method, but it works. Anyway, on to fitting the powered chassis. I don't remember what the words were then. So let's find one which I can fit it to. I don't want it in 40C. Not 40C, can't be powered. I don't want it in the Rep or the LAV. Let's put it in the LAV. Let's make sure it'll fit. Right, first things first is to get some clippers. Some side clippers, and basically start removing the very end of the chassis. This particular chassis is the Tomitech TM25, which is not 100% exactly right bogie, right spacing or any details like that, but it works and it's the right length roughly. It's only the fine details, but most of the 20 meter Tomitech chassis will work. I think it's the Green Max. Oh, I've forgotten the number. I've been told it before, but one of the Green Max ones, the 50-meter ones, they will fit in roughly the same as well. However, they will need some changes to get them to fit in snugly. But yeah, as I was saying, you just need to carefully remove this. So hopefully you can't hear my fan because it is a bit warm in my room, and yes, I don't want to melt to death. So unfortunately, that's going to have to be on. But right, and there we go. That bit's off, and that's still in there. I may have removed a bit too much from that one, but never mind. Right. So I don't know if you need to do this as aggressively as I do, but it does mean that the chassis will fit in without any issues. Really, just need a little bit more. As always, as soon as I record it, it's going. There we go. Neaten that up a little bit. There we go. And that is staying in there. Again, I may have been a bit too aggressive for that. But yeah, as you right, you've sawned it down now, and neaten up the edges. Get a file to do that. Just to help make it slide in. What you could do is probably put something across the front just to help keep the bogies in, but I've never had to do that, so yeah. Right, there we go. And so with these in, it's a bit too long to fit snugly in there. And now we just carefully remove the printing supports. Well, printing braces at least, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. Oop. There's 3. 4 and 5. Right, next thing to do is just file it down. Actually, probably. Unfortunately, I'm being I don't actually have enough time to do it while recording, so I'm just going to give them a quick file. There's the other one. There we go. And last one. There we go. I'd always recommend to put basically your finger behind where you're filing, just to give it a bit more support. You will notice that the body is curving inwards a bit. That's because we haven't got the supports there, but don't worry, this will just mean it will grip onto the chassis firmly. Right, and this is where I get the glue out again, because I do like to add something just to help me locate how high it needs to be. So get to the bottom of the sachet, get my scissors again, and not throw them around. I'll cut it slightly thicker here. You will be trimming these down a bit more later on, well, just in a moment, but this is just so you can help find the right height for the body to go on. What we need is a dab of glue. Where is it? There it is. And just pop it on the bottom of the sachet. And glue that there. You there. Flip it round. And do the same on the other side. And so this is just so you can locate how high you need to put this on here. That's it. And these spots, there's no place for the glue to get into the mechanics, so it's not going to be a problem. Pop that there. Pop that there before I stab myself with it. All right, and just give it a little moment to set. That should be alright by now. And yeah, you just carefully, probably better that way around. Carefully bend the body around the chassis and hope it doesn't get caught. There we go. And you can just about slide it into place. They're done. And that will just hold itself on there quite nicely. There you go. One complete, well, as I say, one complete, but one motorized 4LAV body. Well, drive body. That's it. And obviously, as I said before, you need to paint them, decorate them, and add all the fine little details like buffers and some handrails, which I can't. Well, I can do, but they're a bit difficult to get the right shape. And also, I forgot one here and here. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much how you get the multiple units done. And if you want these particular chassis, you can buy them from the Japanese Amazon. They will ship to the UK. They're not always in stock, so yes, you do have to find out where to get them. Well, when you can get them. Like I said, and other 20-meter Tommy Tex chassis will work just about the same, and they're all quite robust. And yeah, I'm very happy with them. That's why I keep using them. So yeah, happy with that. DCCing them isn't too difficult either. You will have to hardwire them because it's not built for DCC, but yeah, I do recommend at least getting a decent DCC decoder in there at least, because the cheap ones make them shudder quite violently, as you've seen some of my earlier models. Anyway, I can get them onto my turntable, and then I can show you. I can show you them in detail, and also tell you a bit more about the prototype. So I'll see you in a bit. The Southern Railway gave the designation 4LAV to the electric multiple units built to work the semi-fast services on the route between London and Brighton. None of these units survived long enough in British rail ownership to be allocated a TOPS class. The designation 4LAV stands for 4-car lavatory stock. The original series of 4LAV units were built at Eastleigh Carriage Works during 1931 and 1932 for use on the newly electrified London to Brighton line. They are fitted with 4 Metropolitan vehicles, 275 horsepower traction motors. Despite the prominence given to the lavatory provision in the Southern Railway designation, there was actually only one vehicle containing lavatories in the entire 4-car unit, and due to the lack of corridors in the unit, only passengers in that coach had access to them. 2 further units were added to the stock in 1940, under the direction of Oliver Bulleid. These were fitted with English Electric 275 horsepower traction motors. The driving motor brake third had a full-width cab with a guard's compartment behind, and 7 third-class compartments seating 70. The trailer composite had 5 first-class and 4 third-class compartments, seating 40 in each class. The trailer composite with lavatory had 5 first-class and 3 third-class compartments, seating 30 and 24 respectively, with a toilet at each end. The majority of 4LAV units were drawn from ordinary passenger service in 1968, with the final few going in April 1969, being replaced on their duties by the new 4VEP unit. Almost all the units were scrapped, but some of the 1940-built cars survived in departmental use for several more years. However, no 4LAV stock exists today. The British Rail Class 432 or 4VEP electric multi-unit passenger trains were built by British Rail at York Works from 1966 to 1967 and in 1974. The units were built to power the TC trailer units on services on the South West Main Line, with 15 4-car units eventually built. The motor coaches were new build, but the trailers were converted from Mark I hauled stock. Tests in the mid-1960s had proved that high-speed mainline push-pull operation was both feasible and safe. The fleet had a lifespan of 26 years. The result was to have a high-powered 4-car EMU at the London end, pushing trailer units to Bournemouth, where the trailers would be detached and pulled to Weymouth by a push-pull equipped diesel-electric locomotive. The operation in the upper direction would be in reverse. The high-powered EMU tractor units were classified 4VEP, or Restaurant Electro-Pneumatic Brake. The trailer units, 3TC and 4TC, and the push-pull equipped diesel locomotives were converted from 19 of the Southern's native BRCW Type 3, later known as Class 33-1. The reps were good performers in service, their maximum allowed speed of 90 miles an hour being easily exceeded even with a full load of 2 additional 4TC trailer units. During 1971, the London end cabs of units 3001 and 3011 were equipped with an experimental form of cab signalling, which was being trialled in the up direction between Haynes Park and Surbiton, as well as in the New Forest area. 62482 and 62483 are the last 2 4VEP vehicles in existence and are currently in service based at Derby. The 4VEP Appreciation Society was looking at saving the remaining carriages and turning them back into a 4VEP unit. The British Rail TC or trailer control multiple units were unpowered fixed formations of 3 or 4 carriages with a driving position at each end of the set. Converted by BR's Holgate Road Carriage Works, from locomotive hauled Mark I carriages from 1966 to 1967 and in 1974. The units built on experience gained from the prototype 6TC unit. In time, the 3-car units were reformed into 4-car units to match the rest of the fleet. The units were primarily employed on services between London Waterloo and Weymouth. 1 or 2 4TC units would be propelled from London to Bournemouth by a 3200 horsepower 4-rep unit controlled from the leading cab. At Bournemouth, one or both 4TCs would continue over the then unelectrified line to Weymouth, hauled by a Class 33-1 diesel locomotive, leaving the 4-rep at the London end of Bournemouth Station. Up trains from Weymouth would follow the same procedure in reverse. The Class 33-1 locomotive would propel its train to Bournemouth, controlled from the 4TC leading cab. There, the 4TCs would couple to the awaiting 4-rep, which would then power the entire formation to London, leaving the Class 33-1 locomotive at Bournemouth to await the next similar service. Following withdrawal from passenger service, several vehicles were sold for further use with London Underground. They were used primarily for special incursion trains on the Metropolitan line, hauled by either steam locomotives or the preserved electric locomotive No. 12 Sarah Siddons. 2 complete units and several other vehicles have been preserved. Unit 417 was one of the final 2 units in service with British Rail and is currently based on the Swanage Railway. And the Unit 428 is used by London Underground on special charters. Right, and that's all 3 of them all shown off now. I hope you enjoyed seeing them all in better detail and also learning a bit more about their prototypes. I have also got one of them set up just so I can run it round. Unfortunately it will be battery power because I've got my DCC controller in, so it'll do. But yeah, always wanted to have more electric stock in my range, and well, I've got 3 more of them. I will be adding a few more in time, but I do need to have a rest because adding 3 more, well, considering how many coaches it needs to make them, well, not coaches, vehicles to make them, it does take a little while to make them all. So maybe some smaller ones for next time. But yeah, now I need to get around to painting them myself. These 2 are going to be in Network Southeast colours, and that one's going to be in BR Green, so that's probably going to be the one I'll start on first. But yeah, very happy with them. Still very happy with the detail which I've done, but yeah. There's still probably a few fixes which I need to do, mostly on, well, actually I have fixed it, but I need to double check it. Some of the corridors, a little bit wobbly. Which one to say that with? Probably going to be a bit better with this one, but where is it? Actually, that one's a bit better. That's the fixed one. It was on the TC, but yeah, the corridors without proper bracing, they tend to be a bit wobbly, but I did manage to fix it. So yeah, that should only be on my version, so don't have to worry about that. But yeah, they are ready to order now. If you do want them, they are £60 each. So yeah, very easy price. And they do come with the underframes. I do need to sort out my writing on my catalogue. But the price for the underframes are if you want the underframes separately. I should probably do that after the video. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't like it, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And let me know down below what you think about all 3 of these multi-units. So that's the 4-rep, the 4TC, and the 4LAV down here. So yeah, let's get the 4LAV running. But let me just make sure it's the right way around. No, do you have the way around? Anyway, now that I've worked out which way it goes, I hope everyone has a lovely day, and I hope to see you again next time. So take care now. Bye-bye. Right, let's see it go around. Ooh, come on. There we go. Okay now. There we go.